Hi, you guys. So we are back. Focus in. So it's Tuesday. We are doing 9.3b. And so this is the second page of the notes you took yesterday. The difference between what we did yesterday and what we're doing today is that yesterday I gave you information like I said, the center of the circle is at 2, 5, and the radius of the circle is 3. Okay? So now what we're going to do today is I'm on part B is I'm going to give you some more specific questions, and we're also going to learn how to graph a circle. If I'm given an equation, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, are you able to draw a graph, to sketch a graph of the equation? Okay, so let's start. All right, so let's read number 5. Okay, it says, circle Q has a radius 7 and is centered at the origin. So origin, first thing we need to know, 0, 0, right? Does the point negative 3 rad 2, 5 lie on Q? So is this point on the edge of the circle? Okay, well, the first thing that we need to know is that my radius is 7, my HK, so let's do that. My radius is 7, my 0, 0, my HK is 0, 0. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write what I know. No, she can't come in. Play outside, please.
Play upstairs.
I'm recording. No, not upstairs. No. All right, here we go. Sorry, that's my daughter wanting to invite friends over during the coronavirus, and I'm saying no. No, go play outside. Outside is better. All right, x minus h, x minus 0 squared, okay? Plus y minus k, y minus 0 squared equals r squared, 7 squared, okay? So we talked about this example yesterday. If the origin is at 0, 0, it's simply x squared plus y squared equals 49, okay? So that right away is just an easy, the center's at 0, 0 because there are no parentheses. So that can be something that you can remember and refer to. All right, so now it's asking, is the point that I was given, negative 3 rad 2, 5, is that on the circle? All right, so anytime before that I have been given a point x, y, I use this info, x, y, and I plug it in for x and I plug it in for y. Especially when you've had, remember, straight lines, and I would say, is the point on the line, is the ordered pair a solution? So you would then plug in x and you would plug in y, and you would say yes or no. That's what we're going to do right now. You're going to plug in x and you're going to plug in y, and you're going to say yes or no. So here's the equation. X squared plus y squared equals 49. All right, so let's do it. Negative 3 rad 2 squared x squared plus y squared equals 49. All right, real quick, over on the side, if I'm given a negative 3 rad 2 and I have to square it, that means that the negative 3 gets squared and that the rad 2 gets squared. So both of these get squared, right? So I'm going to do negative 3, I'm going to get 9 times, what's radical 2 squared? Radical 2 times radical 2. Well, that's radical 4. What's radical 4? So negative 9 times 2. So I have negative 9 times 2, negative 18 squared plus 5 squared, 25. Okay? I want to rewrite something. So when I found, and I'm erasing this, when I found that I got negative 9, well, negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, so 9 times 2. Let me re-speak, sorry. When I got 9 times 2, that was 18. That is the answer to negative 3 rad 2 squared. So I just made a mistake, so I'm fixing it. I no longer need to put the 18 in parentheses and square it again. That would be redundant. So it's going to be 18 plus 25 equals 49. Well, 18 plus 25 is 43. So 43 and 49 are not equal, drawing a line through it. So I'm going to say no. Negative 3 rad 2. I think I need to slow down because I'm making mistakes. Absolutely need to slow down. Negative 3 rad 2 comma 5 is not on the circle. Okay? If my two numbers, my left side and my right side, equaled each other, then yes, it would be on the circle. Okay, let's move on to number 6. Determine whether the point lies on the circle. All right, well, here's the point. The point that we're given is this negative 3 comma rad 11. So that's actually what I'm going to worry about in a second. So next to this number 2, can you put negative 3 rad 11? Then it says, there's a circle with the center at the origin, HK, and a radius of 2 rad 5. Well, last example, I wasn't able to do any of this plugging in of x comma y until I actually knew what the equation was. So I'm not told the equation yet. I'm going to do the same type of process. I need to first write the equation for number 6. And the equation that I'm going to write is going to be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals radius squared. X minus h0 squared plus y minus k squared equals, my radius squared is a radical, 2 rad 5. We talked about this before. My 2 gets squared and the radical 5 gets squared. So you're going to do 2 squared. It's kind of like distributive property, kind of, but I don't want you to think that that's exactly what it is. The zeros aren't going to be squared, so that's easy. I'm just going to write x squared plus y squared equals, remember, 2 squared equals 4. Radical 5 times radical 5 is radical 25. Radical 25 reduces to 5. And so I'm just going to put 4 times 5. So again, since I need space, obviously, x squared plus y squared equals 20. Okay, so there's my equation. Now I'm asked, is this certain ordered pair a part? Is it a solution? Does it lie on the circle? So this negative 3 rad 11 is my x comma y that I need to plug in. So I'm going to use this equation here, and I'm going to plug in x squared plus y squared, and y is rad 11, equals, does it equal 20? Well, negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. Radical 11 squared is radical 121. Radical 121 is a perfect square. It's 11. So it's 9 plus 11 equals 20. And 20 does equal 20. So I'm going to say yes. Negative 3 comma radical 11 is on the circle. Hi. All right. So we got number 6 complete. Number 7, here we go. So for number 7, I now get to start graphing. And it's so easy, you guys, because I look at my h and my k. I do the opposite sign. You do the opposite sign. Opposite sign. H, it's negative 3 here. Opposite sign means positive 3. K, it's a positive 1 there. Opposite sign means that my k is negative 1. And then, radius. If I know that this formula says r squared for the number that I'm given. So my number is 4. I am told that 4 is my r squared. So what's r? This is how you would solve it if you didn't know what to do. or if the number wasn't perfect and nice. And I would then, square root both sides, square root both sides. Oh, okay, r is 2, right? My radius equals 2. So now, given the graph, so my center is at 3, -1. 1, 2, 3, -1. My radius is 2 around. So that means that I've got 2 around. So it's going to be there's a point. I'm going to go 4 directions. Up 2, left 2, down 2, right 2. Because I can make my curvatures of the sides of my circle just given those 4 points, right? So once you know the radius, you're able to just kind of, smooth curve and make a circle. Okay? So, one more. My equation is this. Let's see. I'm just making this one up. This is one that you could just like write down if you want to. Okay, so I'm gonna do. I'll still make it easy on you guys. I'll just do 9. Okay, so I know that my center is going to be at -2, +3. And the way that I knew that was from this H and this K. So my H is -2, my K is +3. All right, so I'm making my graph. -2, +3 is my center. Okay, what's my radius, guys? If I know that radius squared is 9, what's r? If radius squared is 9, what's r? Well, it's 3, right? So I'm going to go each direction 3. So there we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 up. 1, 2, 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3 on my x-axis down. And so see how my spacing is not nice and looking good on my graph? That's why my circle looks kind of wonky. But if I had a perfect graph, then it would be very nice and wonderful. All right, so there's another example. So your homework tonight is going to be on Pearson, and your job is going to be to graph. So you can hand draw graphs. I will upload graph paper for you if you're able. I hope you're able to print out. If you're not, I can, well, you're graphing on Pearson, so they'll provide you a graph. So you're actually fine. Okay. Wonderful. This is Tuesday's lesson. It is graphing. And we do have a word problem in the homework, but you'll find that it is not difficult at all. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow on Wednesday. And again, check in with the Zoom sessions. And I also need to make sure that you're emailing me if you have questions, pausing the video if you have questions, and also just checking in with me if you're struggling with something. All right. Okay, guys, I will talk to you soon tomorrow. Bye.